Good morning, everyone. Give this a second to boot up here. Everyone to get logged in and online. Happy Thursday, everyone. It is February 3rd already. Man, I felt like we were just getting to the end of the year so fast, and then it's February, just
Right.
like that. They say Happy New Year, and I blink and it's March. That's how it works every year, I swear. But we'd like to welcome everyone in. We are here to talk about the market in a slightly different light every Thursday. We trade techniques that are based on the foundational principles of movement in the market, in momentum. We trade things that happen every day on every stock all the time. The really core function of how things move up and down. That's what we focus on and look at. So we do that in the near term on really short trades under. We do that in the long term on management positions that can last months or be done on stocks that you've owned for 10 years. And then we do some stuff in the middle where you can be in it for a day, maybe a week, things like that. So Randy is in charge of our longer term techniques. He teaches momentum trading and covered calls for our rooms. And then Tim is one of our micro moment traders for those really quick ones. So Hooper also joins Tim in that room and helps moderate, answer some questions, and obviously maintain the life of the party. How's it been going, Joe?
It's been going good. It's a big day for us. We have actual snow out there.
Yes, snowing in Fort Worth.
Yeah, and it's only about 22, 23 degrees. We actually had a good day today for really the first great day we've had all week. We're up 40.2834% for the week, but today was a little over 22% of that. So it's just been kind of, sort of the first of the year, kind of crummy, slow market. But I don't know how you can say that's bad if you're up 22% for just this is the end of the, first week or so. No, middle of the month. Yeah, about the middle of the month. So normally we've been doing this for 144 weeks as a subscription service. We do these accounts ourselves. And when these folks like Tim and Cezanne and Randy come up with these trades, they tell you what the trade is and what they're buying it for, what they're selling it for, and then instantly pretty much out of these trades. In the case of Micro Moment, Randy's a little longer when he does more traditional covered call trades. But we have sessions every morning, Monday through Friday, when the market's open, which is most days. And you're through. You're through for the day, 1 hour. And we average over 100% per week and have averaged over 100% per week for the 144 weeks since we made this a subscription service. We've been doing it for 5 or 6 years since it's been a subscription service. So that's pretty good returns. And we had a great day today. And like I say, we're up 22.541%, but only 40.2834 for the week. So maybe we'll pick up another 20 or 30% tomorrow. So we'll probably up around 60 or so percent, maybe 70% by Friday.
Yeah.
Yep. We had a guest trader on today, Marion.
Great.
Who made a number of trades and brought her trading philosophy in to bear on SPY. It's
awesome.
It's very cool when we can just pull in. Yeah, I think Joe, contacted her a few minutes before we went on the air, and she agreed to come on and fill in. It was great. But I love it when we have our actual subscribers on doing actual trades on the call, showing the strength of the technique. So that was pretty cool this morning.
Yeah, during the sessions, our clients on the platform we use can make comments and stuff. They tell us all during the sessions, when they make a trade, how they're doing it, and they all just make fantastic trades. They have a bunch of really fantastic trades today. So,
yeah, Marion's an amazing trader and such an encouraging person.
I called her at the very last moment because Cezanne didn't wire me. She was trying to get to the airport in Fayetteville, was going somewhere. And she wasn't supposed to leave. She was supposed to be here today, but she was trying to get out early, so she'd probably be able to actually get out. But Marion was there, and so
So I want to play a game, a quick telepathy that we often do here on the show. This is a little side segment we do. Randy was just looking to the right side there. He was looking at SPX dropping a couple bucks right there. It bounced off of M1 and turned down, didn't it, Randy?
Yep. And I'm traveling, so I have one less computer going, so I have to flip between screens now. So it's it's a lifetime when it takes an extra 3 seconds in there. So
Yep.
Yeah, that's half the length of a trade.
Yeah, I know. So it's but I even though I'm traveling, I can still effectively do it. But it's nicer to have back home and have the more screens going.
Yeah. I grabbed it for you, Randy.
Yeah, good.
It was about 36 seconds, made a quick 20 cents on it. So
wow.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, I just looked over and I saw you looking, and I looked at the chart and I was like, that's what he's looking at. Click.
Mike, it's always okay to tell Randy how much you beat him.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. I told Tim this morning he's going to beat me because I only did one for 1.9% because I have to run down to the lobby to get my coffee and it's
right.
I see, Tim, he was at 1.9. What were we, Tim? What were we?
20.
I know. Yeah.
Well, you guys have Cezanne. That's the secret weapon.
Well, we didn't have that. We had Marion though. Marion's good.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So Cezanne was not present today. Go ahead.
So Mikey, did you catch that push down on SPX?
Yeah, the second drop off of M1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good morning, Kim. Happy to see Tim is back and well. Yeah, still on the mend side of things. I wouldn't say you're, I guess, are you ready to do your backflips again, or how you feeling?
Not quite ready for that yet, but
okay. On our way.
That's certainly much better than last week.
Good.
Way better.
Good.
But
it's definitely great to see Tim back with his old smiling face there and brightening up the room. And what you should do some is it EDO or whatever that those things are called. You should do a little.
EDM. Yeah.
EDM. There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Good morning, Marion. It's great to see you. Snowflakes. Yeah. Are you? Well, I guess you could be anywhere in the world.
No,
right
she's in Dallas. She's in Dallas.
Okay, so you're experiencing the snow too. I saw the snowman. I figured.
No, Southwest isn't flying today, so she's stationary today.
Oh, gotcha. Especially out of Texas, they probably don't have that much de-icing equipment at their airport.
Is it shut down? Is our flight shut down out of Dallas?
Pretty much so. There's so much snow and weather's kind of coming.
Wow.
Well, hopefully they learned from last year and they're keeping those wind turbines moving so they don't freeze up this time.
Yeah. I think there's some lessons to be learned for sure from last year.
Yeah,
that's good stuff though.
Randy's heading off to a baseball game. He's on his way.
Yep, halfway down. We'll be there this afternoon.
Yeah, Randy, we'll pass it to you. Have you still done some trading this week? If so, how's it going?
Oh yeah, sure. But not only the micro moment trading, which is what Tim's the master of. I still do those micro moment trades just about every day as well because just watch the chart and enter and exit. But also do the from momentum trading, which is what we teach on Mondays with the advanced charting, the daily advanced charting. So what Tim uses every morning is the intraday streaming chart, which is just constantly moving across the screen. On Monday, I teach the daily advanced chart. So it's a slower pace. You're not in and out in 30 seconds. But we reviewed all the charts on Monday, and it just said some positions were getting close, but this market wasn't going extremely high. So we held off. And fortunately, because the market is going down, but that's what the charts told us. So it's just so fantastic reading those advanced charts, learning how to read the advanced charts, use the advanced charts to help with your trading decisions, no matter what kind of trading that you want to do. We teach momentum trading, which is simply buying a call at the beginning of a rising cycle, but you can use it for any kind of trading. It just enhances your decision process. It gives you so much more information so you can decide in or not in. You don't have to do a trade if it doesn't look like the setup is right. And sometimes that's even the best thing that says, no, don't do a trade right now. This is not the right time in the market. And then you don't have to be concerned with a 3 or 4 or 500 point drop on the NASDAQ or the Dow, because you're not in a trade. So we didn't enter a momentum trade for this week just because the charts weren't set up well enough to say this is a high probability that it's going to go up. And so that was good. Still did a covered call though. Now a covered call is you buy a stock and sell a call against it. And that's the most conservative way you can trade in the stock market, especially the way that we teach, because we do an in the money covered call, which means the stock can go up and you have your profit. The stock can go sideways, you have your profit. It can even go down and you have your profit and get your capital back. So when you learn the rules and follow the rules, it is the most conservative. You can't get any more conservative with trading in the stock market. There's just a risk of being in the stock market, just buying a stock that has a risk. But once you learn how you can generate income by renting that stock out, because that's what Joe talks about. It's like renting out a house. You bought the house, so you have the capital in there, but you rent it to get monthly income back. And that's what we do with the covered calls. And so with that, still entered 2 positions this week that are looking good, because again, you have to search through the charts to find one that looks like it's at least stable, if nothing else. And so I think, it's still in the money. So got one more day to go, and we're looking to get called out tomorrow and get our cash back. And then it doesn't matter what happens over the weekend. And a lot of things can happen over the weekends.
No, indeed.
Yeah, especially these few weeks. It says good luck in your games, Randy.
Yeah, we got 6 games coming up over the next few days. So
wow,
it'll be fun. Yeah,
that's the crazy thing about sports, and I've seen it in like baseball and like volleyball tournaments, and everything like that. They just go all day. There's like 10 games, and by the time you get to the championship, I feel like you got to be so tired that it's probably like the worst performance by the best teams of the day, right?
Yeah. They changed the rules for us this year. Last year we had a doubleheader every day, and I guess they think they were getting too old, so we only have one doubleheader this week instead of one every day. So it makes it a little bit easier. When you get old, it takes a little longer to recover.
Yeah, especially if you're pitching.
Yeah.
Heavens.
So your foundational thing that you said about that was the beginning of a rising cycle. Could you quickly explain kind of what I mentioned at the beginning, that there's this the foundational movement of stocks, period. What do you mean by the beginning of a rising cycle? What is that?
Well, with our advanced chart, we have actually 20 or 21, I haven't counted them lately, technical indicators all just rolled into one chart. And we teach a really easy way of learning to read and analyze that chart. And what we're really looking for with that chart is the beginning of a rising cycle. That means that it's the start of the stock going back up. And at that beginning, we call it entering momentum. And we trade that momentum as it goes up. And therefore, you can buy something and it goes up as it goes up and you sell it. Tim does it for 30 seconds with his intraday streaming chart. He's trading momentum in and out really quickly. We're looking for longer term momentum, something that can last 4, 5, 6 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And we enter right on that beginning of that cycle. And the cycles are defined by our moving averages. So we don't do a whole lot of technical jargon, and we don't talk about Fibonacci's and Elliott waves, and just very simple things. It's like, here's the 3 lines. When this one crosses this one, that's when you get in. When this one crosses that, you get out. It's really simple for very complex technical indicators, but the way that they've been developed and put together for the proprietary advanced chart that we have makes it very easy to read and analyze. And it also kind of helps you look into the future. There's never a guarantee of what the future is going to be, but the chart has been designed with the indicators to really kind of almost like looking into what's going to happen in the next few days. And it makes it a lot better for a decision. And again, we use it for entry of a momentum trade or a covered call, but it can be used for anything because it tells you the trend, the cycle, and the strength of the duration of whichever direction that it's going, and let you know, oh, it's about ready to go the other way. And that's the second most important thing. The first thing is this is starting of a direction, but the second most important is it's getting ready to change so that you can readjust whatever trading that you're doing for that particular equity. And it works for stocks, it works for ETFs, and it works on indexes. So anything that in the stock market that you're looking at trading, that advanced charting, it's just like can't live without it. It really is the foundation of the basis of the entry and exit points. Then you learn the process of what you want to trade, and there's a whole set of rules of how you do the different trades. But the foundation is you got to be able to read that chart, and the more information that you have to give you a better understanding of the probability of the direction that it's going, the better it's going to help you with your trading. It's going to increase the percentage of profits that you get.
There's such a huge distinction that I want to make really clear here, right? Especially because when we're talking analysis and we're talking people looking at stocks to figure out where they're going to go, you can kind of start to see that play out. And like you said, Randy, there's price zones, there's Fibonacci, support and resistance. There's, an estimation based on the fundamentals that it's going to climb exactly $2.50 before coming down 1/3, continuing up. And they draw out this whole theoretical pattern and then do that a couple times. It's just so confusing by the end of it that you have 2 to 3 plausible situations that actually don't happen anyways.
So we've taken all that technical stuff that you talked about, because that's what the market does. They try to almost confuse you.
Yes.
So that it's like, oh, I need to hire somebody to go do that. We boil it all down to simple. When this line crosses that one, you enter. And then when this one crosses that one, you get out. It boils down to that simple amount of understanding of the chart. So once you learn how to read it, it's really simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the key to it, if it's gone the wrong way, your profit all of a sudden turns into a loss. You go ahead and close out anyhow.
Yep.
Wait.
Yep.
And you're only going to lose a penny or two versus maybe 10 cents or something like that.
Exactly. And that's the foundation of it. Joe just hit it. If it's going the wrong way, we don't care if it goes up in 3 waves and certain this and that. It's either going up or down, and it's in a cycle right now. Right now, SPY is in a cycle. Apple's in a cycle. Everything is in a cycle right now, and it's gonna be right. It goes up and then it goes down, and it cycles that way. That's the foundational difference, right? It's not about price zones, and it's either going up or down. That's it. No, I love it. Tim, what does that look like in your world? Do you set profit targets? Are you setting how do you go about?
Yeah, I actually do set daily and weekly targets to hit, just so I have them, and set really a limit on the amount of trades that I do, somewhere between
I'll be right back.
2 and 4 a day to get there. Most of the time, hit that target with a couple of trades. We're doing something a little differently, mostly out of conversations that you and I have had recently about moving into next week's expirations a little earlier than we normally do, to put some caps on the wild price action variation that we get as we get closer to expiration date. So, and Joe actually explained it really nicely this morning about why we're doing that, because of the wild price action that happens on expiration day. So we're eliminating another risk factor in our technique. And that's what we do. And and you said this right in the beginning, that we're a rules-based technique. And we stick to our rules. We have much less rules than Randy does. Randy has great management techniques so that no matter what happens, he remains profitable. We have one simple rule, and that is when that trade turns, get out. Get out.
Well, Randy doesn't just have a bunch of rules. It's the nature of that trade, those traditional covered call trades, where you have to have those rules.
Yes.
And it's the nature of the micro. You have to have that simple no rule, and it's not like Randy just accumulated a bunch of rules and won't get rid of them or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And simply, I mean, our trades are so fast that the only management rule that we can apply effectively is when it turns, get out. That's the one we have to remember.
Yeah. And that's the hardest thing for people to do. I know a lot of times our clients will say, I just lost 15 cents or something. That's rare. And he said, I just couldn't get out. He said, I knew it was going to go up. I knew it was going to go up. Well, shoot, it's going to go up, So let's get out. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you've got a crystal ball, on your table next to you can see what's going to happen. You don't know. And Apple's pushing down very strongly right now. Had great price action on Apple here in the last half hour since we started this call.
Absolutely.
It's great.
But Tim, I would say that intraday streaming chart is as close as you can get to a crystal ball.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it really does let you know, hey, things are getting ready to change here, so that you can take action.
Yeah.
And you don't wait till it already changes. You adjust to the chart itself and follow those rules. Going up, if it's going the same direction, then you're making profit. As soon as it's slowing down, you get out.
Exactly.
And Randy, when you just said that, it just dawned on me. We could make a change. We could add something to that charting. And you say crystal ball, it would sort of be a spear looking thing. and when it was hitting right, you might enter it, you say, prepare to enter.
It would look like the aliens are coming down. Yeah.
We can set it up like that on the screen instead of a rectangle. It could be a circle. Yeah.
There you go.
Background music and stuff like that. That'd be cool.
What was that? Tim, you're probably almost old enough. There used to be way back when we were little kids. There was a TV show, and it was a lady, and she had like a big magnifying glass, but it was like a wand, and she would say, "I can see Johnny."
Yep.
I can't remember that. I've been trying to remember the name of that show forever.
It's called Romper Room.
Oh, it was Romper Room. There you go. Yeah. Way back there was Captain Kangaroo and Romper Room. We didn't have Sesame Street. We didn't have that was the two shows for the kids.
That was us.
Captain Kangaroo and the Romper Room. That was it. But that's kind of like it, where you can almost look into the charts and you can see what the future is. Well, but one thing I want to add, because you're talking about what Tim does, so it's almost lightning fast. It's in and out. You're making quick decisions based on the chart. But we have a whole range of different trading techniques that if you want to go real slow, we have the monthly covered calls. If you want to go real fast, you have the intraday streaming chart with Tim and the micro moment trading. If you want to kind of be in the middle, then we've got momentum trade and the advanced covered calls that we teach. So it's really you kind of pick out the one that meets your trading aura or your trading style that fits you best, or the time frame that you want to be involved. There's all different ones that you can learn, and you don't have to just be in and out really quickly. You can be a longer term if you desire to do that. So it's all about picking the technique that best fits you.
This could be another idea. We could make Tim our Kramer, like on CNBC. He had one of his guitars back there, and he would just go bam with this tune. You know,
There he goes.
I just entered that trade. Bam, bam. I just got out of it.
Well, that's what with his keyboard he's got there. He could make all kinds of different sounds that he could hit. You know,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right next to me are keyboards over here that you can't see off that they're.
That's right. He can be
right now, but yeah,
you can make all kinds of sounds to hit while we're doing stuff.
We can even have him make trading records.
There it is. Yeah.
You know, and we're actually the music in the background of the trades. You know, that attract would be so many people that would be attracted to that. You know,
he could make up all kinds of jingles for a rising, for declining.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
These are some ideas we're getting here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We absolutely did. Hey, one thing that we didn't mention is along this timeline of how fast you want to trade. We also have futures with Mark.
There we go. So it's not only are you looking at today, you're looking into the future with Mark.
Into the future. That's right.
There you go.
Talk about a crystal ball.
There you go. Yeah, that's a new one that we just introduced a few months ago. So, and futures are 24 hours a day. They're, except for there's one hour each day where they kind of reset to say, well, it's now tomorrow because it's 24 hours. So they have to pick a time when they say today's over and tomorrow's beginning. But the other 23 hours you can trade, and they're from anywhere in the world. So that's even another layer of the potential to generate income based on your timing. Because like Australia, I think right now it's like midnight or something like that. So to trade the U.S. stock market, if you live in Australia, you got to be doing it at midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. But if you want to trade futures, you can do that at 8 o'clock in the morning Australia time. You don't have to trade in the wee hours of the morning and still be able to generate the income with the futures trading. And it still is that rule based, and it still has the charts that support your entry and exit decisions. But you can do it on that.
I just really think this trading music would be huge because trading is so mundane. You got day traders that just sit there. You never hear any music in the background or anything, and that would be so cool. There'd be a lot of people who just show up, and say, "Oh man, this is the neatest thing."
Well, we definitely need to have an opening, tune for the Thursday podcast. We need to have. Yeah.
Batman jingle. I love it.
Yeah.
I'll work on something. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. A little jingle that starts off, and then Micah can come on and say, "Hey, good morning, everybody."
Yeah. And then you could have somebody that did country western music, and that way you just trade corn and cattle and stuff like that.
That's right. Yeah. You play that one for the futures.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are in full think tank mode. I love it.
Yep.
Peter said having all the techniques allow you not to spend all day trading. Pick your technique that meets your lifestyle. That is the main thing, right?
There you go.
It at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you trade. There's a little bit different percentage returns, a little bit different, amounts you have to invest. But they're really just details, right? How aggressively do you want to trade? What times a day do you want to trade? This market has expanded and changed so much that you can do all sorts of things that you never could before. You can get in and out of trades. I mean, stock trades are free. It's free to trade stocks on nearly every platform. Options has gotten, it's probably a fifth of the price, the commissions are than when I started trading options.
Yeah. Not much.
Oh yeah. It's come way down.
A fifth or less. So as these things change, it just lets you to be able to do anything, not so much like you have to do this specific thing. So for that reason, it came from, learn this technique. It's the only one that works, to now figure out how you want to trade, your schedule, your aggression level, your amount invested, and you can do it like that, whatever that ends up being, whatever technique you use.
I think, Micah, what's so amazing about our technique here, it just hadn't been around that long. We've been doing it for a long time. But the technique, and it's only because of how they've changed the trading platforms and the information. When we started doing this, you didn't have the information that you can have today. So the trades obviously work real well. And that's why nobody believes the returns we get. It's because they're not caught up to what's out there that the industry is providing as far as the ability to trade, because the industry is doing it. They don't really know how people use that information, and particularly the way we are.
And
music.
Yeah, and one of the things like Micah and Tim been saying, that the different and what Peter brought up, the different types of techniques that there are. You pick the one out that fits you. If you're someone that says, I want to be able to sleep well at night, I don't want to have to worry about anything, then you pick futures trading or the micro moment trading, because you're back to cash 100%. Your portfolio is 100% cash by the end of the day. That's part of the trading technique. Yep. You follow the rules, you're out. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what is going to open the next day. You just restart again. So if that's the kind of person you just want to be, I don't want to worry anything about what's going on, then it's the micro moment trading, whether you're doing it with the stocks and options or whether you're doing it with the futures. That's the technique to use. You learn how to do that. You're in and out quickly, and you're 100% cash at the whenever you decide to stop trading that day, but you're never in a position overnight. So there's no risk of what happens to the market. And especially in these crazy times, you have no idea what's going to be going on the next day in the market. So there's that. Again, it's depends on how you want to be, but certainly those are great techniques to be using at these times of the market. So back to cash.
A good example of that yesterday was Facebook. Just totally.
Yeah, look at Facebook, right? Down
right.
$200 after they announced earnings. It's
ouch.
Or at least that's nothing we're again, that saves us so much money and enables us to make these huge returns, because we don't sit there and wonder if something's going to go up and go down. And we're not based on anything in selection based on the fact that we hope it stays in business, because the QQQ is not going anywhere. SPY is not going here. Apple is not going anywhere. It'd be the only one that could, but the other ones would never do that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. This is a great time for any more questions. If you have any about options, about charting, that Tim or Randy could answer for you. Joe or I might be able to too, but those guys are much more knowledgeable with everything.
With being you, Mike, is if we don't like the question, we just don't answer it.
Exactly. Yeah.
We just have to share.
You can kind of see, this is a good visual representation of me and Joe hang out in the dark. We don't even turn our lights on to trade. We're kind of this dark and brooding presence, and then Tim and Randy bring a little bit of light to the situation. They keep us up, and
there you go.
seems to be how it goes, right?
Yeah. You guys are conserving electricity.
Exactly.
That's right.
Smart about it.
That's right.
Awesome.
Saving it for crypto mining.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. We don't want we want to keep the heaters on in Fort Worth.
There you go.
Yeah. We don't want Texas to freeze up again this year. So.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
Okay, now this was addressed Micah, and Micah did not take care of this. I'm really disappointed. Kim D says, "Why is Joe's name in lowercase?" Remember, I brought this up, and Micah, you promised me you were going to change that.
No, I promise you could change it when you log in.
Yeah, I don't think Micah can change that.
Yeah, right.
No, it's the name you type before you hit enter the room.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Oh, yeah.
So you gotta type it with a capital H on there.
Well, no. Next week they're going to all be capitals.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Kim agreed with you. Yep.
That's what Kim says. You should use all caps for Joe.
We got to call you Hoops, Joe. I know you're into basketball.
And a couple exclamation marks at the end.
Yeah. Tiger says, "Thank you guys for all you do." Thank you.
You're welcome
for being here.
Yeah.
Kim likes the idea of hoops, all capitals.
There you
go. And it's all about teaching you how to generate your own income. It's not about us trying to get your money to go out and do something. It's about teaching you how to take control of your financial future and teaching you how to generate your own income. And then you can do it at the time that fits your needs. So it's all about education, and you can get coaching and you get teaching and training, and we have the webinars and the seminars and the workshops to help increase your knowledge and understanding, and so that you can generate your own income. You can see how we do it to help you learn the process, but it's all about teaching you to do it.
Yeah, great point. It's a great point. That is why we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. Looks like we got mainly the questions answered. If anyone has any else, feel free to pop them in. But we will wrap this up here. If anyone has any questions, please go to micromomenttrading.com. Micromoment trading is the technique, but we have all of the techniques under that umbrella. So take a look through the information there. And then if you have any questions, feel free to email us or chat with us here next Thursday at 10 a.m. Central and every week after that. Anything else?
Next Thursday's going to be great because I'm going to have all caps in my name.
Oh, okay.
Take up 75% of the whole screen there.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Take a little text here too.
Thank you, Micah.
Hey, thanks for coming, guys. Really appreciate it.
Right.
Oh, we got one comment here. Who do you know?
There's one. See what Peter says there.
Yes, Chicago, we do everything online. So I'll go to the website to check it out. We haven't had a seminar. I think we used to have seminars in Chicago. I'm not sure.
I used to teach up there, but now we do online. And so you can get your questions answered just anytime by sending in your questions and or attending one of the webinars. Yeah.
Go ahead, Randy. All the explanation that you shared. If you don't have a large retirement account, you can still generate a nice income in retirement. Yes. We actually have something coming up soon that Randy gets to talk a lot about that.
Yeah, but that's a critical part. You know, if you listen to all the financial gurus and stuff, they tell you that you have to start, saving $1,000 a month when you're 20 so that you can have $2 million when you retire so that you can actually generate enough income to live on. It doesn't take that much. When you learn how to do your own trading and use these techniques, you can trade with a $5,000 account, $10,000 account, and generate income. You don't have to have $1 million or $800,000 to trade. You can use a small amount and generate income with that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the younger you start, the more you can generate.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning from Randy right now. I got to get going here. Give this some time to compound.
There you go. You can be like Micah. See, he still has a dark beard. And then, by the time you get to me and Tim, we have we have the white beard. So
that's right.
Unfortunately, I didn't learn how to do this when I was Micah's age. It would have been fantastic. It would have allowed a lot more flexibility, in what I did along the way. But I was fortunate that I learned it in time to retire early and be able to generate my own income without having an hour and a half drive each way to go into the office. And it's nice to do that. And to be able to get up and 2 minutes later be in my own home office and be able to do what generate income without all that extra stuff. So the earlier and you can be 8 or 9 or 10 years old and you can learn how to do this stuff. Right. So it's not it doesn't take a master's degree in something in order to learn how to do these trading techniques. So start early, and then you can teach your kids and grandkids how to do it too.
I can't imagine a better gift to hand down, to your children and grandchildren than the ability to generate income at will, and to be free of, just to be free to do whatever you want. I just can't imagine a better gift, and that's a great point, Randy, because you get the money thing out of the way as early as you can in life, and go live whatever life you want. Absolutely.
And one of the great things, you can do it from anywhere.
Yeah, do it from anywhere.
I'm on my way down to South Florida to play in a baseball tournament, and I'm still doing my trading here from the hotel room. You can be anywhere you get an internet, so you're not locked into. You have to be here. If you want to be doing something else somewhere else, you can do it along the way. You can do it there. Your laptop or your iPad or whatever you use to trade, that's your office. Wherever you take that, that's where you can generate your income. So it just frees you up to be so much more flexible with what you want to do.
That's right. And, with micro moment, with our technique, anywhere from 10 minutes to 40 minutes a day is all that it requires. Just imagine that. Make all your money in 10 minutes in the morning and you're done.
And you're generating 4 and 5 and 6% return income on whatever you're trading. So if you have $1,000, it's going to be 5%. If you have 10,000, it's 5%. If you have 100,000, it's 5%. So that's the kind of income that you can generate per day, not per year. That out there in the overall market, they're happy with 5 or 6 or 7% in a year. You can do that almost every day, and certainly you can do it in a week by using the micro moment trading. And that's why it doesn't take $1 million to generate, income to live on. You can do it with a lot smaller account.
That's right. And if you're, up in our age group that Randy and I are, you don't have to have $2-3 million saved in the bank. You just need to have this technique and start at any age, and you can generate the money the rest of your life. So you don't have to have a massive nest egg already put away to do this. So, if you're starting a little later in life, as I did on this, it doesn't really matter. You start generating money soon, and that's all that really matters. So come join us in the mornings.
There you go. Oh, thanks.
Says good luck as well.
Thanks, Kathy. Yep. Just as long as we don't get injured, that's all we care about. You're just having fun playing a game that we used to do as kids as well, and we can still do it even as old as we are. And getting to play on the major league fields is just unbelievable.
Wow.
Those things they are so nice. So nice just to be in there. It's great.
That's awesome.
Pat says Joe uses a frequent if we invest 2,000 compounding like 10%, do we invest the 2,200 next and keep reinvesting the full amount? So that is very dependent on your account size, Pat, and very dependent on your own decision. I would not personally invest 100% of my account every trade. Not even close. I don't think that would be safe for me. However, if I had more than $2,000 in my account, then I could make $2,000 trades. And if I made a profit on that 2,000, then the next trade I could invest 22. So it's really up to your account size. And that's something that's so specific to you that we can kind of give a rough framework, but as to, how you actually go about that. That is the math. If you take 2,000 and reinvest the profits of that 2,000, I think he goes off of 6% a week. However, you also can't necessarily buy $500,000 worth of options instantly, right? So you can buy a certain amount as well. But all that to say, when it becomes a problem, it's going to be a really good problem to have. By the time you run into an issue of not being able to invest enough money in a trade, not being able to, then you're in a really good place. And that's a problem that we would like you to have. So,
well, and another way to look at it, and again, like Micah said, it's an individual decision of do you want to keep, putting more and more and more money, or you just use the same 2,000, you generate 200. You can spend that. You use the same 2,000 again, generate another 200. You can spend that. So you're not going to grow your account if you go spend that, because maybe you have to pay bills and live on it. But it's like a cash generating machine. You're just constantly using that same 2,000 over and over. You could use it multiple times in the same day. You could use it once a week and use it over again in another week. It's however much that you want to do. It's up to you. But like Micah said, we don't put all of our money into that one trade. You have to balance and manage the risk of your portfolio. And Tim's never going to tell you to put all your money onto that next trade. You just can use the same money. And after, say you made $200 on the 2,000, after 10 times, you've earned 2,000. So you could put that original 2,000 away and never touch it again. And now you're, like they say in Las Vegas, you're playing with the house's money. You can reinvest however much you want of that because it's all stuff that you just earned, and your original 2,000 you just put on the shelf over there, and it's there for the rest of your life if you want to be, and you're using the profits to generate more profits. So it's all the decision that you want to make of how you want to do it.
Yeah, that's what we see most often is, all right, I'm going to put up this capital. Trade is made out of a profit. I'm going to take back my capital and take my profit, keep some, reinvest some. So that's kind of, a profit splitting, whether that's on percentage, however people go about it. They want it to grow, right? You want to give yourself more to trade with over time, but you don't have to take out every dollar, right? And then your life position outside of trading is going to be so different than the next person as well. Maybe you need that for income right this month, and then next month you don't. So, yeah, Randy,
or if you're young like Micah, you leave it in there and it grows. So when you're Tim and my age, you've got plenty in there to be able to generate income on it.
Indeed.
And that's a lot higher priority for me personally, right? And each year is a mile there. If I can put an extra $100 back into that, I'm gonna do my best to do that, right? I don't need extra, spending money right now. I need to grow that. That's my priority. And I would probably be a little bit heavier on the reinvestment, percentage than Randy or Tim would be. It's a good example.
Yep.
Kathy, we play on the Red Sox spring training fields this week down in Fort Myers, so that's where we're playing. But Kim asked Randy, when did you start? I started learning the process and techniques in 2006. So I've been doing this for 16 years, just about. And I was actually able to retire the following year. So I retired in 2007 and have been trading ever since then. And so now along the way, we've developed more and more advanced techniques and techniques that give much higher returns. When I started back in 2006, we were looking for 3 to 5% a month. Couldn't even do the processes that we do today because the trading platforms didn't allow it. The market didn't even have it. There weren't even weekly options back then. And so there's been advances in the market. There's been advances in the trading platforms. And every single one of those has benefited the processes and techniques that we can teach and has allowed us to develop better ones, even like higher powered, better earnings on those techniques. And so I've just kind of learned all along the way and developed some of the techniques that I teach as well. And so that's me. And so I've been doing it that long. And that people ask, well, when are you going to stop doing it? It's like, I can trade for the rest of my life. I guess I'm going to stop doing it when I can no longer hit a key or read the screen. If my eyes are so bad I can't read the screen anymore, I'll have to get my granddaughter to read it for me so I can tell her what to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. My animals need me. I need to.
Okay. Yeah.
Cut it off today. Thank you so much for everything, and we will talk to you next Thursday at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Yep. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend. Stay warm.
Thank you so much.
Bye.